Welcome, everyone. It's Tracy Malone. Thank you so much for joining me, whether it's on YouTube or on the podcast. You are always welcome here. Today, I would like to talk to you about an important topic that everybody hates when their narcissist moves on so quickly. Why? How'd that happen? You're still grieving, you're still figuring this out, and poof, they've got a new supply. Why? Why are they have a new supply? And why are they able to move on so darn fast? We're going to find that out today. Because the most painful part of ending a relationship with a narcissist, I mean, it's horrible getting out, it's horrible being in there, but it's even worse that all of a sudden they move on and they're flaunting the relationship in front of you. Please put a like down there if they have flaunted their relationship with the next person with you, saying they found their true love, right? They're not even done with the divorce, and they're making declarations on Facebook that they finally found their soulmate they've been waiting for 30 years, right? It doesn't make sense. And, when you start to see, or if you're not seeing them, but people show you the social media posts, the grand gestures, you might hear from your kids that, the other parent bought a yacht or, has taken a 3-week vacation to Hawaii with your children, right? With this other person, right? Or they are just all over social media telling everyone how wonderful this person is. And you're going, is it real? Can a narcissist actually love? Well, it's just a performance. Remember that. They did it for you. When you were love bombed and it was the best thing in the whole world, it's just a repeat performance of what they've done before, right? And they just try to do this to make you be in more pain. And there's a lot of other reasons if you think about it. We're going to break down. Can they really love? At the core of narcissism is an inability to form genuine, empathic, and empathetic and connections with people that are not just transactional. A narcissist is transactional, right? It's based on what a person can provide. We call it supply, whether it's admiration, validation, status, control, money, or even being that perfect arm candy that would then be the perfect mom or dad so that everyone knows how wonderful they are and they're living through you, right? They cannot truly love because true love requires vulnerability, empathy, mutual respect. All of those qualities a narcissist cannot really have, right? They can appear to love, but the love is, let's see, carefully constructed performance to create this illusion that everything is just the best it's ever been. But just like your relationship in time, the love bombing phase is designed to control the way that new person thinks of them. And so, therefore, that's what they're doing. They're faking them out by putting on this grandiose wonderfulness. It's not real, right? So, if we think about how they move on so quickly, right? We have to remember that narcissists don't like to be alone. They need external validation and attention. And, this is why it's like in the middle of the divorce, all of a sudden, whether you just finding out they have someone or they get somebody, right? It's to replenish that narcissistic supply because they're already feeling the loss of supply with a divorce, and they need someone to boost them up, to make them validated and give them all the attention that they need. They also do this to avoid accountability, right? Moving on so quickly allows them to sidetrack any sort of responsibility for the breakup. It's your fault. See, look how wonderful they're going on, right? This is also part of the controlling of the narrative thing. It's by flaunting this relationship they reinforce the illusion. They're fine. The problem was with you. Look at you. You're crazy and you're just screaming about the divorce. Can't you get over it? That's when they put it all on social media. You guys know, I know you've probably stalked them. If you didn't, your friend did, and they sent you pictures. You are needing to get in all this information because it doesn't make sense. How could they have this person that's their, like, soulmate in 15 minutes? It's just to showcase, it's just to bring this to the other people in the world to, well, of course, they're showing off the lavish dinners and the special, wonderful diamonds and romantic getaways, right? That are for everyone to see without actually thinking about how this might hurt you, right? That's the lack of empathy. Um, at least be quiet about it, but a narcissist can't. They're so happy to just, wonk, here we are, right? They need to prove they won. They need to be superior. And the fact that they've moved on is more evidence of why they were not able to be so happy with you. And they also do it to hurt you. Let's not really take that one away. They know this is salt in your wound and they are fueling your pain and your self-doubt. And they also need it to validate their little fragile egos, right? Public displays of affection and relationship milestones. 1 month with my love of my life, my soulmate. Look at how wonderful we are, right? All of this is never the whole story. It's just a performance. You have to think of it from that thing. If it's a fairy tale and they've known them for a month, it's kind of hard to think about anything other than a love bombing situation where they are sweeping someone off their feet without the person having any idea who the heck they are with. And after they get hooked, you know it, I know it. Love bombing, idealize, devalue, discard, right? So the devaluation is going to start to come in and it's going to be manipulation, control, lack of empathy. And it's going to happen with this new person, right? They can hide it for so long and they can shower them with attention and compliments and make everything wonderful. But then reality hits and the mask always falls. The narcissist's true self always emerges, right? The idea of phases leaves the new person just as confused as you were, right? This is why you will probably see them go on to many, many, many different victims because they're perfecting their new act. If you think about it, if you were married for 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years, they're a little out of shape, of course, except for those cheating experiences that they've had for all the years. But, you have to understand that it hurts so much because you're wondering, why wasn't I good enough? Why couldn't they love me like that? But it's not about love. It's about control. It's about image. It's about validation of them. And you need to understand the problem was never you. It's the narcissist's inability to form real, healthy, and meaningful connections. How do you protect yourself from this kind of pain, right? The first thing is stop looking at their social media. I know it's tempting, but the more you do, the more it's going to trigger you. I would ask all your friends that might see this stuff to really hide it from you for now till you're stronger, because part of the deal with them going through this while you're getting a divorce or right after you get a divorce is to again get to you, make you hurt more. And the only thing you can control in this situation is looking at that stuff. It's not healthy and it's not good for you. And the more you do it, the more you'll be triggered, the more you'll go downhill, and then you will not be able to fight in the divorce. That's their goal, right? So you have to focus on healing. You have to focus on fighting for your life if you're going through the divorce. It's not as easy as like, I'm going to go find joy. I want to survive. I want to get through this thing. And I want to remember that I have a new life that I can build. And even if I'm not with this person, life will be better. But you have to practice some self-compassion. You have to practice and really understand that this wasn't your fault. It literally is like telling my purple mug to love you. I know it felt like love for the good times that you were with them, but as a general rule, they can't love. They acted love. They did it when they wanted to. And if you think back to that, they did it when they had to, when they got in trouble, or just, not just out of the blue. It wasn't every day. It was to be nice so that they could get something, manipulation, right? A narcissist will move on very quickly. And most survivors don't. Most survivors take time to like do the work. Why me? How'd this happen? Am I codependent? Do I not have boundary skills? Am I fearful? Am I this? How do I improve myself to move on? A narcissist isn't going to take that time. They're perfect already, just the way they are. They don't need to do anything to make themselves better because it wasn't them. It was always you. So this is Tracy Malone. I hope that helped to understand why they move on so quickly, because there's real reasons. But don't think it's because you failed or that this person is getting a better version of them. They're simply getting the idealized stage, the love bombing phase when a narcissist puts on their best suit and acts like a normal human being. In fact, over grandiose, over crazy, crazy stuff. My ex boy, the love bombing was so intense that how could I resist? I mean, he literally called himself Prince Charming and then called me a princess and said I deserved Prince Charming, right? I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Victims are going to do the work to understand that they have work to do, that the narcissist did some damage to their trust system, to most of their systems in their body, and emotionally, they have to reset. They have to learn some new skills and they have to learn to protect themselves a little bit better in the next game. So, narcissists are never going to do that because they didn't do anything wrong. All right, this is Tracy Malone. Please put your comments down there. Did your narcissist do this? Because if they did, I sure would like to have a conversation down there in the comments. Like this. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will see you again on the next video or podcast. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.